Here is your 10-minute stretch video. We're going to start with your stretching band. Wrap it around one of your feet. Go ahead and lay on your back. We're going to start with hamstrings. Pulling this leg towards you. This opposite leg can either be rested down or straight out, whichever gets you a better stretch. With this leg straight down, you want to focus on getting the quad and hip flexor stretched out as well. Or if it kind of brings a little more relief and you want to focus on this hamstring, then go ahead and bend this back leg. So we're going to hold each stretch here for about 20 seconds. You can bend this knee a little bit or try to straighten it out. Again, work with your own body. See what gets you the best stretch, obviously staying pain-free. After we're done with the straight on, we're going to take this leg out to the same side with those straps. And same thing here, this opposite leg can either be bent or straight out, your choice. On this one, we're gonna get the inner thigh, those adductors stretched out. Focus on keeping your shoulder blades connected to the ground here and your breathing. Of course, good, slow, deep breaths. And now we're gonna take the strap in our other hand and we're gonna cross our leg over across our body. Obviously now that bottom leg is gonna have to be straight to allow your top leg to cross over. Think about keeping the shoulder blades down. You might get a little stretch in the chest here depending on how tight you are. And feeling a stretch all the way through your hip, down your leg. Again, here you have the option with this banded leg to add a little bend in the knee or keep it straight. You can play around with that. See where you start to feel the most optimum stretch. We're going to do one more on this leg before we switch. So this is our 4-way leg stretch here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the strap in both hands, pull it around, bring that heel towards your glute, and roll over to your side. Nice and slowly release, and then we're going to switch legs here. Take the strap on your other foot, and we'll start out with that straight on hamstring. If you do have this opposite leg down, fight to lock that knee, press into the ground. That'll get you a good quad hip flexor stretch, or bring it up to the bent knee. One more nice long deep breath. Then we're going to take this leg out to the same side. Open up. Get the adductors, inner thigh. And now we're going to bring it across body. Keeping those shoulder blades down. One more deep breath here. And last one. Bringing that heel behind, pulling the straps over your head, getting that quad, hip flexor. And you can kind of play around with the angle of the strap you're pulling from. You can pull it more towards the ground. You can pull it more up, more overhead. You can play around with the direction you're pulling whatever spot might be tighter on you. And we'll release that. We're gonna do another leg stretch here. Lower body. So you're gonna have one leg bent in front and the other leg bent behind. At first, we're gonna lean over this front knee, and what you wanna be feeling, if you're tight, you might feel a little bit inner thigh here behind towards your hamstring, but you wanna be feeling that glute as you lean forward over it. And we'll hold here for about 20 seconds. You might even be able to feel it up in this position depending on how tight you are. Think about leaning over, not so much going straight to the ground, but you're pushing your pelvic bones forward, and that will get that glute stretched. So I can even feel it stretching here or here, depending on how tight you might be. Keeping the feet the same. What we're gonna do is you're just gonna reach back now. I'm gonna reach back over this back foot. And now what you want to be feeling is that back quad hip flexor. And if you're not feeling it, think about shifting, almost like you're doing a hip thruster, shifting those hips forward a little bit. That will shift the hip flexor open, and that's where you'll start feeling the stretch come in. Release nice and slowly, and then we're going to switch our leg position. So bring the other leg in front, other leg behind, and same thing on this side. Leaning over the front knee, getting that glute. And switch, let's go behind, reaching those hands back over the back foot, shifting those hip bones forward, getting that hip to open up, and that's when you'll start feeling it deeper in here rather than down in the quad. If you kind of shift those hips, thrust them forward. Release that one. We'll go into some upper body stretches. We're going to go into a child's pose first. So pushing those feet together, sinking your glutes down onto your heels, reaching those arms forward. And try to relax here, take deep breaths. As you stay in this position, think about sinking your glutes down, stretching the low back out, and reaching those arms forward, really lengthening out as much as you can. From here, we're going to take the right arm underneath, and this will get into that right shoulder. We'll go back to center again. Hold here, lengthen, take a breath, and then take that left arm underneath. Back to center. Come on up. We're going to do a couple cat-cow stretches. Start here. Bending through that back. Exhale, round out that back. Bringing your hips towards your ribs. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, round. Round out the back, round out the shoulders. Exhale, let it go. We'll go one more. And let it go. Last stretch, we're going to point those toes, flex them underneath, kick the glutes up. We're going to hold this position, and you can do an alternating heel drop here. Getting into those calves and hamstrings. Let's bring it down. back to child's pose. And then we're gonna do one more round. Deep breath. Come on back up. Flex those toes under. Kick the glutes up. Do a couple heel drops here.